All right. Okay, I've cleaned up a little. Welcome to the mess that is Paikea. We're going to do a bit of a walk through this video and just show you where we're up to. I think probably about that stage.
So we've done a fair bit.
We have done a bit of fib.
Done a lot of hours.
I'm very tired. I've done a lot of hours. I think we overcommitted with how much we thought we'd get done in the time frame that we've got. But okay, enough fluff. Let's go. I'm going to switch you around the other way and let's go and have a look at what... Oh, Shane, should we start with what we've got outside? Okay, well that you're looking at here is...
Recycling!
Ignore all of the rubbish on, is a bit of recycling. Got our hot little hands on a bit of...
Leftover bits of America's Cup boat again.
Yeah.
It was all destined for the rubbish bin.
Was about to go on the bin, so we grabbed it, and it is the transom off the big catamaran. We're going to try and repurpose bits of it.
Yeah. Harrison was horrified that there was a big digger with a big hydraulic jaw chomping up the Alinghi 5 America's Cup boat. Yeah. He's got PTSD from it being gone now.
Does. He was very upset about it. We were hoping that it was a bit more flat though, those panels that he grabbed. But they have quite a bit of curve in them.
Well, that's because it's the hull shell side. There's nothing flat about them. But they're a carbon nomex panel, and I'm going to do my best to try and incorporate them into the boat. So it means a lot more faffing around because I've got to fit curved panels into what would be where flat panels go and try and make it all work.
Yeah, so if you can see, hopefully the video is going to show it. The resin tin holding it down there, but you can see that is definitely not flat in any way, shape or form.
Well, it's not only curved, it's twisted as well.
Yeah.
It's quite a tricky panel to work with, but anyway.
Yeah, so it's either going to look super cool once that's fitted in, or it's going to look like the panel warped. We're not sure. Could look really cool, could look like a broken boat.
Yeah.
And then the other cool thing that we got was some CT40
battens.
sail batten. So these are solid carbon fibre.
They are massive.
Super heavy. Shane's not entirely happy with how heavy they are, but they are super strong. And you can see Shane put one of these up already on our mullion in between the two windows there. Do you want to talk about why you put it there?
Yeah, so there's a panel there. It was monolithic, meaning that it was just solid fiberglass. There was no foam core, which meant it was relatively strong, but it was not very stiff. Prior to that, there was big wads of plywood glued to those areas.
Yeah, let me show you this one here. This is the one we've just taken the plywood off.
Yeah. So they originally glued plywood to that area for making it look nice. But it also stiffened it up quite a good amount as well. It also gave substance for them to screw the screws. So you'll see there's a bunch of holes down there as well. That's screw holes that went through the acrylic windows to hold the windows in. But as we all know, you don't want mechanical screw holes in your acrylic windows because that's where they all crack. So that's all remnants of the old window system and internal liner and all the rest of it. And we took a load of weight out. But in that particular piece there, it was not quite as stiff. So
Yeah, because the plywood did help with stiffening it up.
stiffening things up.
And plus it looked a little bit light on. And plus we also have a couple of ideas for the jib track going on the cabin top roof.
Yeah, there are some structural reasons why that's going on there as well.
So we're sort of trying to future-proof our...
There's some modifications coming to the outside of the boat as to why those are there as well. Yeah, so all three of us went onto the roof, myself, Harry and Ollie, on here when that came off to see what was moving, and that was one of the areas that was bendy flexy, but is no longer bendy flexy with that lump of carbon there.
Oh yeah, and now it's super stiff.
Yep. You'll also see that there's a patch of carbon at the end of the super stiff stick. That is to actually try and distribute some of the stiff load on the end of the stick, so that basically it doesn't punch a hole through the skin. Because if you put a super stiff, super strong element into a boat that does move, then you are likely to create hard points or stress concentrators. So yeah, there's a bit of extra patch on the end of the stick there to try and distribute the load a little bit more into the roof so we don't punch a hole in it.
See if I can see it from downstairs too. Oh, there it is there. So it's going to come all the way down to this panel.
Yeah, that panel's only just there because I've got to now cut and notch out the panel around the stick that I've put in there.
Yeah, and this panel's basically going to go in here, and then
it fits much better than that when the stick is not in the way, but I've literally just glued the stick in today. So well, I guess, and the other thing, we've torn out all of the liner as well, and been here in the saloon.
Just going to have it faired and painted. And then we've got to come up with something cool for what we're going to do with lights and electricity. We haven't decided any of that yet.
No.
Okay, and then the next thing is your bit of green.
The green box.
So this is going to be where our microwave goes, and this is going to be a little step up for the galley, and then the rest of the galley will just continue in this shape here. So we're not going to change too much. It works quite well. Nice long galley. Do we stay in Oliver's room? Let's stay in Oliver's room.
Well, we've done a whole big thing as well. All new steps through the walkway here.
Oh, yeah.
So that's been a major mission. We've remodeled, messed around with different step height arrangements to try and reduce the number of steps, etc., etc. But we've come back to the original number of steps, but just reconfigured them so they're easier to walk on. So.
Well, and also used a bit of the existing
structure there. We're actually down at the wing deck. So this previously actually had some 25mm plywood glued to the wing deck structure. So that was just a whole bunch of extra weight for no particular reason in our books. We know why they did it, because it gives a nice flat easy surface from the factory.
Yeah, it's easy enough to do. And then there's still a bit of plywood there on the main wing deck and here, so we're going to extend, make it all composite and extend that floor out to about where that timber step finishes.
Yeah.
And that will be that. And then this is the new pantry.
Yeah, so Anna's got a massive pantry. Yeah, so this sort of space was a bit of a weird dead space in that some of it was the fridge space, the top loading fridge space, which was very inaccessible and very difficult to actually get things in. So this is all turned into pantry now. There's still one there's a step / last shelf that will actually go in here. Yeah, and then this will actually have a sliding door that goes from in front of the pantry, and when you slide it open, it closes off the companionway. So one of the things that the boys complained about before was I'd be out working in the evening with the lights on and the light would come down here. So to close this hole off, we're using the pantry door. So the pantry door has a dual purpose. It's closes off the thing, opens up the pantry so the 3 boys can come in and rummage through the pantry at night.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen. And also too that we're not going to bother with doors in here.
Yeah.
Because, well, first of all, in Oliver's room, it would get in the way of his window.
Yeah.
So if the door opened, it would open and block his
Close the window off. Yeah.
And he was like, I don't really care, but something so that I can sleep at night without the light coming down. It's probably a good idea. So. Just quickly up here is Harry's been working on also as another little repurposing project. These are lockers from Trifork that he was gifted
Was the
years
old Ericsson
ago.
3?
Yeah, Ericsson 3. So Harry has built the shelves, and then he's got the faces with the, these are the doors for it. And so he's just fitted those in. So that's what he really wanted. So that's quite cool. If you'll hold on to that, and I'll grab the other one just so we can have a look. Don't film me, I'm covered in dust. Because I've been standing.
Yeah. So some modifications will be made to them so that we can put hinges on them, etc., etc.
Oh, don't know what he's done there. Maybe I've got them the wrong one.
Yeah, you got the wrong one in the wrong hole, probably.
Potentially. Oh, you get the idea. Oh, that might just be.
No.
Ah. Oh no, it's there.
Operator error.
Probably. There you go. Something like that.
Yeah.
That's Harry's project. I haven't really spent a lot of time working out how it works.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's all original. So we're going to try and he wants to keep these carbon finish, but we will probably paint this the rest of.
Paint the actual locker white, but keep the carbon.
Yeah.
We finish carbon
And
doors.
then he has, where is it? He has a little templated up. He will have a little desk in here.
Yep.
In this section here, so that there it is.
Yeah, for Harrison, it's not a desk, it's actually a workbench.
Oh, sorry, it is a workbench. You are right. So it'll be something like that there, and then underneath we're going to install the escape hatch.
Yeah.
So we're getting there. New hatches in.
Yeah. So it's the new flush hatch, which everyone's seen. They've come up quite nice in that they're nice and flush on the inside as well as the outside. So
yeah, they're beautiful. Shane, you've done a really good job with them.
So someone's put sticky, resiny hands all over the top coat in.
I think that's just dirt, isn't it?
No.
Oh, this here.
Yeah.
I'm sure we can clean that up. That's the least of our worries right now.
Yeah.
Okay, and then in here too.
Everyone's seen that
yeah,
project.
It's just. Okay.
And Harry had to glue
Oh yeah.
a step on, which was that's a full carbon bit of cup boat as well. But where the major works has been is actually down the back here. This has been a massive amount of work. So the shelves are in, you've probably seen all that, but what they probably haven't seen is the whole shower.
I don't think I've shown, I think the last time I was in here we were repairing that bit of rot that was in the corner.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I don't think we've done much in the way of filming in here since then.
Okay.
So I think Oliver was in charge of the shelves here. So he's been working quite well on shelves.
Yeah. So the big one was getting this. Let's see if we can see it. So that was actually just yesterday. Finally got the door for the shower and toilet dummied up, and the cupboard that would go behind the door. We've got all of the cabinetry, or the stuff where he puts his clothy things, and the step in place. The whole shower floor, well, we've all seen the shower floor, and the actual real life version of my CAD model. Oh, I've got masking tape because this bit here is actually top coated, so it's covered over at the moment so I don't get other paint all over it. The carbon sink that we were gifted from another race boat from many moons ago, like when we first came to Valencia like 5 years ago.
Yeah, we have literally been carrying around all this stuff for years.
Yeah. So
Harry's cupboard.
This sort of stuff has done 2 trips across the Atlantic and that sort of thing. So it's finally good to be fitting it. Another cupboard up here, which had a little incident with
yeah, that was me.
primer. Trying to
Well,
be
yeah.
too proactive.
Yeah, I tried to sand it. It wasn't quite.
Silly little things like we have a hatch that will go in here and open up when it's not being used in the shower for Aiden for extra airflow, because there is a big hatch in here which we can open up to get airflow through. The door being open, and also this little tiny hatch here that will open up in here, similar to our external ones.
Yeah, we did notice last time when we were in the Caribbean that it got a bit
Stuffy.
in these back rooms. It doesn't have, because this hatch doesn't face forward, it opens outboard. It doesn't catch the breeze as well. So, yeah, have to come up with other ideas.
Yeah.
You've mentioned the cupboard behind the
Cupboard behind the
door, which is just trying to use up dead space.
Yeah.
Do you want to lift that up and show your?
Oh, it's all taped down.
No, the floor bit.
Oh, my floor bit.
So you had a bit of trouble with building that, didn't you? Well, not really. The trouble was you had to dig it out of the mould, dig the mould out.
Yeah, I had issues with, I didn't have enough draft on my 3D printed plug that went in there, and then to make it worse, I used flow coat instead of gel coat, so I had to take all that off the moulded part, and yeah, it was just a bit of a nightmare, but yeah.
And then this part here is where you're going to put the mesh that you were talking about, or does that go on this? I know
On that slopey bit there.
Yeah, I found some. Did you see it from AliExpress?
Oh yeah, it's fly screen down at the $2 shop.
Okay, you use fly screen.
Yeah. Yeah. Then we've actually done the floor in the other hull as well. So go and have a look at that.
So Aiden's room is pretty much apart. Once we.
Yeah, his is getting really close to top coat now.
Yeah, once we finish off this, we can top coat. So that sort of.
Yeah, there was a
next
major rerouting of electrical wires and plumbing and stuff as well.
Yeah.
That's why this is painted, so that we could get the wires to run up under here and through bulkheads. So
can you see that? Because it's actually really beautiful work. This is all.
So, yeah.
Carbon fibre toilet roll holder.
Yeah, bog roll holder. But here's the doodaddy that is in here as well. So that this is the bit that'll float off to tell you that the sump pump
That we're flooding.
flooded. So But yeah, so this is where the toilet outlet hole goes through here, does a snake up and over here with the electrical wires passing over. Then it comes down here and onto the toilet. Yeah, so that's actually come up pretty well.
Yeah, pretty solid too, hey? It's not going to move anywhere.
No, everything is
Very,
very substantial. Also very light.
super light. We're all a bit worried that it'll make a lot of noise.
Yeah, there's a potential of this wall panel giving some resonance whilst the engines are running, but we're hoping that the mattress touching the side will help deaden that. Yeah, let's go have a look at the floor on the other side. And now it's all dark.
Yeah, you might not see it. Oh, there is a dark setting.
There it is. So yeah, it was infused floor, just like we always do with the hatch in the middle. But of course, the toilet is in here and we have a little upstand for the toilet. So the toilet sits up on this plinth here. Things like the toilet water inlet comes in through here. You can see the solid glass inserts, or the decord areas where the toilet will actually be bolted to. They're in the right place this time, because I made Aiden double check it, and then I did it as well. But yeah, then the toilet outlet will actually come up and through this bulkhead here, and then across, and we'll have a black water tank that sits in the cavity here of the daggerboard case, which is 90% above the waterline. So you only pump the water up into the tank, which is above the waterline, and then it gravity feeds down and out. So there's no pumps.
Well, minimal pumps, isn't it?
Yeah, it's only the one pump, which is the pump that you use normally with the toilet.
And then forward of that will be, the very forward is going to be a storage locker.
That's a future Paikea problem.
And there's a shower going in there. But we're trying to get the kids' hole and the saloon area sorted first.
All right.
So that's about it. That's the update. Lots of work. The hatches look amazing. Really happy with that. The stanchions are all in. We've got the aft one sorted so we can put the push pit.
And there's the glamour twilight evening.
Oh, well, that's about it. Guys, time for pizza.
Yeah, Friday night, pizza night.
Friday night, pizza night. Looks cool, Shane. Yeah, well, at least we're at the point now where it's, okay, we're getting there, rather than, oh shit, what have we done? That is progress.